Hey folks, this is Jack McNeil with the Kempner Church of Christ, and I was thinking about bumper stickers. You see a lot of, we put a bumper sticker on a car. I think the stickers we put on there kind of show, what we think about a certain thing, or what our favorite team is, maybe, or what our political party that we stand for, or whatever political candidate that we like the best. We tend to put those kinds of things on our car, and you can tell a lot about a person by the bumper stickers they put on the car. If I drive by a big pickup truck and there's a sticker of a guy bow hunting, and maybe there's a particular political figure that he has a bumper sticker for, and I'll drive by that person. I'll go, that's probably my kind of guy. He likes to hunt. He likes my candidate. My kind of guy. You drive by this other car, and they've got some other sports team sticker on there, some team you don't like, and furthermore, they have a bumper sticker that endorses a candidate you don't like, and of course, you drive by that and you say, "Nah, that's not my kind of people." It's funny that how many people they'll put something on their bumper sticker, and yet the way they act or the way they drive is completely the opposite of what they say. What is the sticker that you put on your vehicle? What does it say about you? There are some folks, and I see these bumper stickers all the time. They'll say something like, well, my boss is a Jewish carpenter, or something like "got Jesus." Or one of my favorite, I saw one time, it said, "In case of rapture, this car will be empty." But you think about all these different things that are out there, these stickers, and you'll see um, all kinds of things out there, some that are particularly disgusting. And, the fact that people put those on their car in public, it's pretty shameful in my opinion. But, have you ever been cut off by a rude driver? And when, the minivan slows down in front of you, you can read the sticker, "What would Jesus do?" Have you ever been flipped off by a woman with a fish thing on her bumper? Have you ever been driving the speed limit and watch a car pass you're standing still, and then you drive a little further and you read his sticker that says "Got Jesus," while the highway patrol has him pulled over? There was this one time I was in line at a convenience store years ago, and a man in front of me, he was buying several cases of beer. It was like a Saturday afternoon, and so he left, and I bought a cup of coffee or whatever it was that I was buying. And as I was leaving the store, I see this guy. He's stocking the ice chest in the back of his pickup with beer. Now, can you guess what the bumper sticker read that I saw on the back of that truck? It said, "In case of rapture, this car will be empty." Of course, there will be no rapture. But even still, if I was to see this truck, or I had seen this truck, driving erratically down the road, I would not think that the rapture had come, but that his truck, or that his truck was driverless. But rather, I would think that he had been drinking that beer from his ice chest. And so, what does all this mean? What is the big deal? I find it interesting that people feel the need to advertise their so-called spirituality by displaying these types of religious symbols and phrases on their car. Isn't it, though, ironic how some people profess by the bumper sticker that they are spiritual, yet they drive like the devil? I'm reminded of Jesus' scathing remarks about the hypocrites for their similar displays of spirituality. In Matthew chapter 6, in verse 5, and also in verse 16, he condemns such displays of outward spirituality in the avenues of public prayer and fasting. He said in those verses, in verse 5, "And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corner of the streets, that they may be seen of men." And then he goes on to say, "Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward." Jesus wasn't condemning the act of praying or fasting, but the hypocritical attitude possessed by those who wanted to appear spiritual. You know, the motive behind spiritual things must always be the glorification of God and not the glorification of self. So why do so many people have these types of bumper stickers or their ornaments on their car? Is it because they are truly spiritual? Or is it because they want to appear to be so out of another motive? Now, of course, everyone who puts these kind of stickers on their car is not necessarily insincere. Many are very sincere, and you can tell by their actions that they're very sincere. Nevertheless, would they not do better to show their spirituality in other ways? If we're to truly be spiritual and glorify Father in heaven, then we ought to show it by the actions that we are, by our actions, and not simply by putting on a sticker. You know, if we let our light shine through our chaste and pure lives, showing devotion to God and obedience to His will, then truly He will be glorified and we will be justified. And so let us not go about and have some kind of bumper sticker religion. Let us truly be disciples of Jesus Christ. You know, my wife saw another one she told me about the other day. It simply said that Jesus wants a relationship and not religion. Now, I understand where they're coming from on that maybe, but that's not very accurate because Jesus does want a relationship with us, but He also, the religion of Christ is how we have that relationship to Him. Now, I think the point they were making is that you need to have a relationship with God, with Christ, rather than go through the motions of mere religiosity, you might say. And so we need to avoid religiosity. That was what the Jews of the first century were involved in. They set aside God's righteousness to have their own righteousness. You know, they tried to be so stick to the letter of the law that they forgot the heart of the matter. They forgot what was most important. And so our religion must be out of a relationship with Christ. We're to worship God in spirit and in truth. We worship in spirit, we have that relationship. We worship in truth, we have the religion that God wants us to have and requires us to have. You can't separate the two. And so let us live our lives, and if we're going to put some kind of bumper sticker declaring ourselves to be spiritual, then our behavior ought to back that up. Hey, thanks for joining us today. Have a wonderful day.